This is such a simple topic, but it has confused so many people, and it did confuse me back in the days when I started my lifting career. And with this video, I would try to basically uncover all of the knowledge that I've gained so far. And I would not only give you like general information, but I'm going to tell you exactly what to do. Right. So, by the title of this video, I think you have already guessed what I'm about to say is that should you be focusing on higher weight with lower rep range, or should you be focused on lighter weight with higher rep range? Right, this is the question almost everyone has, from beginners to elite level lifters. Not elite level lifters because they are elite, because they've already answered this question. This video is going to be extremely short because it's so simple yet so confusing. I'm going to just give you the answer, and then you guys can implement it, and I'm pretty sure you would be able to see the results within 1 month. Right, so there's something called central nervous system. Right, nervous system, as you already might know, is the most important thing that your body has. It's basically nerves connecting all the things in your body, and accumulating energy through electrical signals, and helping you to achieve or like do whatever physical activities that you're trying to achieve. Right, so central nervous system is really is really important while you're exercising. Right, now, why I'm telling you about central nervous system. So let's, for the sake of this video, let's call it CNS. The reason I'm telling you about CNS is because when you go too much on the higher rep range, you tire your CNS, right? CNS is what accumulates those muscle fibers in order for you to basically push or pull some weights, right? Like, how do you think you engage those muscles, right? It's because of your nervous system. It's because of your CNS. CNS is what accumulates those muscle fibers that you're, thinking about targeting, right? So chest, dumbbell press, bicep for dumbbell curls, all of that stuff. So yeah, CNS is actually very important. But when you go to that higher end of the higher rep ranges, 15, 20, 30, all of that stuff, your CNS gets really tired, and your workouts are not as efficient as it would have been if you would have chosen a little bit of higher weight with a little bit of lower rep, right? So multiple studies have been done, right? And I'm not trying to be any science geek, right? I'm going to explain this with bro science and also a little bit of scientific background, which is multiple studies have been done, and in almost every studies, the muscle growth that we saw whilst a group of people were training with higher rep range with lower weight is almost the same, is like almost the same as someone who was training with higher weight with a little bit of lower rep range. There was no significant difference in the muscle growth, right? It's the same. But then again, in this case, in the lower weight higher rep range case, you have to train super hard, right? Like, achieving failure with picture perfect form when you are on your 30th rep is really hard, because your cardiovascular has I'm given up, your central nervous system has given up, right? And you are not able to achieve picture perfect form. But then again, you also don't feel though your muscle that much, because the weight is lower, right? So this is my suggestion: increase the weight, stick to 10 to 12 repetition of compound exercises, right? And there's a nuance to it. Different muscles react to different rep ranges. So for example, shoulders, right? You shouldn't be going super hard on shoulders, because shoulders, like the side laterals, right? If you're doing maybe shoulder press, go heavy from 10 to 12 repetition. Don't go beyond that, right? Because it's a compound exercises, you need to train it heavy in order for you to grow them. But then think about it, side laterals, right? Side laterals is when you target the side part of your delt. If you basically do choose a higher weight, or a heavier weight, you will sacrifice your form. I'm pretty sure you have seen those guys at the gym that curls, that side, do side raises, side lateral raises with 40 kgs, with 25 kgs, with shitty form. They are moving the entire body. They are torso is bending, right? That's not who you want to be. So this is my advice: stick to 10 to 12 rep range for compound exercises, and for isolation exercises where you use free weights, where you use machines and stuff like that, for example bicep, stick to on the higher rep range. By higher I mean 15 to 20, nothing more than 20, right? Or maybe even 15, 10 to 15. Because on those isolation exercises, if you choose a higher weight, you will sacrifice your form and you will injure yourself, right? There is no fucking need to do like side laterals with 25 kgs. Just pick 10 kgs, 15 kgs, or 12 kgs, and do progressive overload on that and add rep range. Because the higher weight you go, the more form you sacrifice on that particular exercise, right? And I hope you have gained some knowledge that you would implement in a training protocol that would really help you. So if I have to summarize it, basically stick to 10 to 12 reps on your compound exercises and go a little bit higher on those isolation exercises without sacrificing the form. Peace.